Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Split Happens. My name is Kelly, owner of Kate Collections Boudoir Photography, where I help women find their empowerment behind my camera.
And I'm Jessica Maloney, licensed mental health counselor and business coach for audacious female entrepreneurs, and I help them become highly sought after and highly paid.
And I'm Donna Rudowitz, and I'm a psychotherapist as well as a relationship coach. I help men and women find themselves again and attract true love.
Thank you for joining us for another square table. Jess, I'm going to let you kick us off because we come to the table and we're like, all right, girls, like, what are we talking about? And Jess had an epiphany as she was driving here and tell us, what are we talking about?
I do my best thinking when I'm either working out, driving, or in the shower.
Okay.
So
Same.
Like no
it's shower
influence.
for me. It's
Sometimes
shower.
we just need it. Like sometimes I'll send voice notes to my mastermind community and be like, guys, I'm in the gym and I just thought about this great thing we need to do about right now.
I love that.
But I was thinking like, the three of us have been through this process of divorce, and some of the other women that I talked to who are in their 30s and their 40s, they talk about going through these like revelations. And I was like, is it that like I had a mid-30s crisis, or was it that I was like preparing for divorce?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Because like when you hit this, like, so when I was getting married, when I was married, right? Like I thought that was my life, right? Like I'm going to get married, I'm going to buy a house, I'm going to have kids, I'm going to live happily ever after.
Yeah.
Right? Like that was it. That's all I thought about for my life.
Yep.
And then I got it and I was like, wait a minute, like where's the happily ever after? And it just wasn't that. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I think I need to like recreate my life. I need to like, this is not it. And, I don't know, like I got divorced when I was in my mid 30s, and like, is it that itch, right? Like some are mid 30s, some are 40s, some are mid 40s. Like, is it that itch where like I need more for me, or is it that I was unhappy in my life and I needed to change something, and I finally decided to do it for myself because I used to depend on men for my happiness. And then I finally was like, wait, maybe I could do it for me.
Yeah.
Well, I think I will say for me, like one thing, because we do a lot of thinking throughout the process of divorce. One thing that I've determined at this point in life is being unapologetic for what it is that I want in life. So I always used to say when I was married, I loved my life. We took vacations, we did the yard work, we had a nice home. Everybody was shocked when we got divorced. They're like, you guys are literally the perfect family. Like, what do you mean? So I've always been built to be family focused. I know that I do love my family. I love my career too. I still want those things. I'm willing to accept that it might not necessarily form according to the picture that I have in my head ever again. It would be great if it did. For me, I would say that it is a little bit of a combination of like a midlife crisis. I turned 40. That's when I decided. I literally looked at my soon-to-be legal ex-husband and I just said like, you're not it. Like, I love you. I'll always love you. But I know in my heart and my soul, you're not my life partner. And I'd rather just be honest. Like, let's just do the hard work, you know?
Right.
So for me, I think it was a realization of saying like, I know time is limited because 40 is definitely a very monumental birthday. And I'm willing to, and the scariest part is that I was not a ship jumper. I didn't leave my husband because I had already found somebody else. And I was jumping from one person to the next. I literally was like, okay, let's put the seatbelt on. Here we go. I had no idea what was going to be on the other side. I just had hope and faith, and I had to put it in myself first and foremost. And I still lead with that every freaking day, you know?
Sometimes it's like, I think that being alone or trying this risky thing,
in my opinion,
is a better option than staying where I am.
Yeah. And that was it for me. And trust me, I've had nights where I've cried like, oh God, what the hell did I do? I've had moments in the middle of the night where I wake up panicking because I'm like, can I really survive? Like essentially on my own. So I would say it wasn't necessarily a midlife crisis, but my age and my monumental birthday definitely pushed me to saying enough's enough. You're not evolving. I know you're not my person. I knew freaking 10 years before I even got divorced. I've known forever that you weren't my person. And I know that's got to hurt to hear, maybe when the other person knows that you are their person. But he deserves to, all the things in his own version as well, is what I said to him.
I think too, it's almost as if, so let's say 35 to 40 to 45, right? So somewhere in there, in that range. I think there's a wake up. I think there's an awakening within a woman. And I think that there's also a realization that he's not changing.
Sure.
Everything that you've tried, let me try let me try A, and let me try B, and let me try C, let me try D. You went all the way to Z to try.
Yeah, I sure did. I sure did.
Right? You're realizing, okay, I'm at Z. There's no letters left in this alphabet, and he's not changing. Yeah. So, you know, and I'm going to say this, and I say this because I'm a woman. I believe I can say this. We're also at a time, our bodies are changing. Perimenopause is starting to happen. We're not feeling as good as we used to. We have pressures of kids that are starting to come on. Little kids, little problems. Big kids, big problems. We have careers. We have other resources. And if we're not getting the support, the love, and the nurturing, we're operating on zero. We're operating on crumbs. Right. And I think there also comes that time, that awakening that says, hey, wait a minute. I'm willing to work with my partner and I want to see this marriage work. But if he's not willing to, I'm not willing to live on crumbs anymore.
How much can we try?
How much can we try? I remember going to marriage counseling alone.
Oh, Donna.
You know, like I would I would make an appointment and I would go and there I would be like, okay.
I just stopped having.
There'd be no one. He wouldn't go because he didn't believe in it.
That was my ex too. That they're going to make everything worse. Yeah. Counseling makes everything worse. I'm like, okay. And I knew that my marriage was done when just not acknowledging issues and just not wanting to talk about them because I already knew they were going to go nowhere before I even brought them up. Like that's when you know you're done. When you just can't even.
When you stop fighting.
When you stop fighting. When there's nothing to be
There was no point in having a convo because they were always one sided and everything was always my fault. And, I'm like, okay.
I feel like that is the most honest, like true across the board statement. Like when you stop fighting for it, it's already
over.
And I stayed complacent in that way of living for years. I was just like, okay, whatever. It just wasn't even worth putting the work into anymore.
Yeah.
I tried. I fought in the beginning.
With the right person, you could work
flows
through
naturally.
You know, and I wrote something on my Facebook page today, which was saying that the right relationships aren't the ones that don't have the problems. They're the ones that will work through them. And if you have the right person, you will be able to work through them. But if you don't, then you have 15, 20, 30 years, however many years. I mean, sometimes women come into my office and they've been married 30 years, and their marriage is ending. Some 15, some 10. I mean, it's all.
I was with my ex for 20.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
It's a long time.
Well, I think it goes back to what you were talking about a couple of weeks ago, like compatibility.
Yes.
Right. And like even like what we talked about last time, like when you are growing, if your partner is not growing along with you, then somebody is outgrowing somebody else.
Right. Let's talk about that, the reciprocity, because I think this is a really good point.
Yeah.
When we're younger or when we're at a certain stage, so let's say you're 30, because that's about an average age that people get married or, 20, give or take a few years. But let's say, you're coming out of school, you have, you're getting, your job, you're getting started and you are needing different support. And let's also say you had some trauma growing up. So, you're looking to heal that trauma in another person. Only we don't know that.
Totally why
you're telling my story.
In my relationship. Totally my definition of my relationship. I just wanted to build a family with somebody and he was a good candidate because my family was tarnished from a very young age.
So we're attracting by the 95% of our subconscious, but in our mind, we're thinking like, this is a great partner. This is going to work. And, I think that's the difference as we sort of gain more wisdom and we see different things is we attracted in a partner for a need that we needed at the time. And with the belief that this person will be able to fill the role for the long term, but we found someone in the short term that wasn't able to do the long term. Do you follow? Like it's it's I think too is
comes
like
that breaking point. Like okay, this is it now.
And when you do the work on yourself and you become aligned with who you are and you show up in your best self, that's when the true partner will come in who will meet your needs. But a lot of time we attract someone based on a wound.
Which is why I feel like this conversation is also so important for like the 20-something-year-olds who are just starting to find themselves, right? Like I know that this stuff existed, but I never knew it existed.
Me too,
like
because there was nobody podcasting about it.
But like the whole personal development world, I remember I found that while I was deciding if I was going to go get a divorce, and it was like this whole like world opened up to me. I was like, oh my God, I love it here.
Yeah,
right. And then I fell into it.
These are my
and
people.
Now I'm giving it to other people, and like that's such a beautiful progression. But like I just wish that more young women knew about this and that they could really think about like who it is that they wanted to be, not just what they want to do,
Yeah.
Right? Like throughout your whole high school career, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? How about who do you want to be?
I would
love that.
Me too. I would love to see it. So, pre-Cana, things like that. If you're Catholic, you go to pre-Cana. I would love to see
a version of that.
A version of that, but
religion.
more self-development where, young men and young women are coming to, to
light bulb went off.
Yeah, I think it's needed. I can't tell you how many.
Did we just have a little epiphany?
I know. We might have that.
Yeah, let's
stay
do
tuned,
it.
everybody.
Host a workshop.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah. So split doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right. We don't listen. That's what I'm saying. We're not here like with our torches. And I say that to people all the time. My goal is for your marriage to work. Like my goal is for you
or
to
if you're not married yet, to have the data.
Right.
So you can
to make an
the right
informed decision.
I just want people to feel really good about themselves.
Right.
Because then I feel like it's
is
a ripple
the premise
effect.
for everything else.
Right. Then you can choose a partner who also feels self-secure.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Then you can have a relationship that is secure and healthy.
Right.
Right. Because if you're not complete on your own, if you're not at 100, you're looking for somebody to complete you, which is no longer what we're trying to look for.
Right.
And then
you get anxiously attached to the person because they're now defining your happiness. You don't know what your happiness is without them, which is why I'm not a believer. Listen, there might be some rare cases where ship jumping is a good thing, but I just think it's the most unhealthiest bridge in between like divorce and a new relationship.
I do have a concept that I use, and it's nothing. It's between, but it's not an escape route. But here's what happens. A lot of women will come to me, oh, Donna, I went on a date and I did this and I did that. So they went through Match. Great. But this is what I kind of give them because I'm looking to reprogram their brain. Right? This is not a relationship. You met this person once. You're not in a relationship with this person.
Not at
this
all.
This is not even a date, really, technically.
Right.
This is what I call just you're meeting
your
someone,
feet wet.
right? You're learning. And what women will try to do is they'll say, oh, he doesn't meet 95%, but there's 5% there that I see that I like.
Oh, no. The ratios are way off.
So I teach them, you've got to be a master of exits. And that means if you have to write down what you want in a relationship, no holds barred, no one's looking over your shoulder, no one's going to judge you. If you need him, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home
well, that's what I'm saying. Own what you want.
Own what you want
in life.
And put it down because no one's judging you because that's what you are seeking. What you're seeking is seeking you. So write it down. And if he doesn't match 95% of that, you thank him for your time and say, thank you. This was great meeting you. Absolutely. I wish you well. And you're a master of exit. You don't hold on.
Well, because women are fixers. Well, there's probably something wrong with me that it's not working. And there's probably something that I'm lacking that I can't
about this one?
Excuse the 90%.
How about this one? I'm just going to hang with him because he's better than nothing
yes.
until I find something.
Oh, no, girl, there's so much beauty in I mean, like, I love where I'm at right now, but I look back on 2 years ago and I freaking loved where I was at then, traveling alone. Like, there's a lot of beauty in doing things alone.
Well, and also if you
are scared of that, though.
They are.
And I have conversations even with
time.
friends of mine, like the idea of being alone forever is scary. The idea of not finding someone.
And that's the
idea,
work, though.
Right there.
That's the work they're being called to do.
I will be honest.
Learn how to be alone and love themselves. So what's happening is they're rejecting what source is requiring them to do.
I think both are true too, though, right? Like you can do the work and feel really good by yourself, but not want to be alone all the time or alone forever.
Well, that's what friends are for, and your children if you have them. And if you don't, that's what, there's networks, there's groups, even if you don't. And I think a lot of people too in our age category, there's that fine line between like, I'm the only one getting divorced. And even though some of my friends are still married, they might be miserable married or, happy and married. Like they don't have that network of people to go out on a front or even to go on a hike, not even for a drink. Like, so they have no other choice but to now spend that time alone with themselves.
There's a difference between being alone and lonely. And there's a difference between a season or a lifetime, right? So what they're being called to do, most women who are in this phase are being called by their spirit to slow down.
It's likely just a season as well, ladies. And stop telling ourselves it's forever.
Right. This is not black and white. This is not how you're going to be forever. This is not always.
Yeah.
It's saying that I can't wait God, universe, source. I can't wait to see the man who I'm going to be enjoying my life with. I can't wait to see it. And when I sit at the table for him at night, or I'll see a mug, I'm going to buy him one too, because I know he's coming, right? So there's no way, shape, I do.
Really?
There's no way,
buy the imaginary boyfriend a mug.
I did that actually.
Yeah, seriously.
After my divorce, like
absolutely.
the Christmas stockings.
Yes.
Like I wanted to replace my Christmas stockings because my ex and I had matching ones, and I was like, those both gotta go.
Somebody.
So I bought 2 matching ones, one for me and one for whoever was next, so that they would match.
Wow.
You're calling it. It's the principle of the universe. You're acting as if it's already here, because if you act as if it's already here and you believe it, the universe will do its thing to put the pieces in place. But that's the calling. In the meantime, is you're knowing that this is not your forever.
It's
you're
very
knowing
easy
that
to
you're
tell
not
yourself
gonna be
it could be
alone.
forever. It's very easy to tell yourself.
But you're enjoying that time. You're learning how to quiet your thoughts and be with yourself.
I love that. And have fun doing it. Like, just have fun. Pick up something. I used to love making myself like a really nice dinner.
Yeah.
When I
like
was,
dinners.
That's like a lot of work. I don't know.
like, well, now listen, maybe like a Costco like prep, like, but it was all about like the plating and like romanticizing simple moments for myself. When I was single in between.
I love going down to Ruvo and Port Jefferson, sitting at the bar.
Love going out to eat by myself.
Just getting a nice burger and just hanging out, or going down to, Danford's, sitting outside. I bring my dogs, so at least I have something.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around with my dogs.
I think there's more people admiring it than thinking it's weird from a distance, and I think that's a lot of people's fears. People are going to think I'm weird, or what's wrong. Who cares? Listen. Life's really short, and when your like expiration date comes up, like none of it matters. Like
you're not going to remember that time.
No.
And let's think about perspective. So I used to travel a lot, and I'm sure many women travel here too, right? You go on business.
I love it.
You would think nothing of going out to get a bite to eat because you're on business and you don't want to stay in your hotel room. There's no shame. There's no weirdness. You're just like, I'm going to get a bite to eat because I'm on business. Yeah. So why is it that when we're home and we just want to get a bite to eat, that we make it mean, oh my gosh, we're the poor child. Yeah. We're the goose that's been left out of the gander here. Like,
well, I think some of those women would just order room service.
Yeah.
They wouldn't go out.
Literally.
Because I get it. But there also are a lot of like girl groups now that are made just for friendships. Like
there's traveling networks.
I've seen that come up all
for women
the time.
Yeah. I personally prefer to travel alone. I don't want to be on anyone else's itinerary, anyone else's travel anxieties. Like, I really love it.
That's another thing we have to
the beat of my own drum
somewhere.
Yeah, we could totally.
I've done Cancun. I've done Cabo.
It's on my to-do
My last
list.
retreat was we went to Spain.
Are these ones you attended or facilitated?
No, I facilitated.
I want to facilitate
and it was
a retreat.
So much fun.
It's top on my list of things.
I did one in the Hamptons and I loved it.
Yeah, so much fun.
So
When
nice.
you there's nothing like getting women together with the power to be, the power to meet, to have community. And the mistake that so many people make is we have to have all these things. It's not about the things. It's about the people.
Opposite. Yeah. And it's everybody's coming to a room with a desire to elevate
Let's
themselves.
go to Tuscany and
Girl, you're not
rent
gonna
a
do
villa.
that.
Well, you have young kids, so it's hard.
I know,
to.
yeah.
I'm like, my kids are 24.
I can't be jet setting like that.
I'm ready to jet set. Let's go.
We'll FaceTime.
Yeah.
Okay, how about
phone me in?
How about
we'll
we
Jetson
do the
you in.
Miraval Spa, and that's down. I think it's in Massachusetts or something. So it's far enough, but
A
close
weekend.
enough.
We could do it as a weekend.
Yeah.
If anybody is
Or
interested
even
on a
upstate to
retreat,
Mohawk
let us
Mountain.
know. I've heard that's gorgeous.
I did. I went
like a long waiting list to get in.
And by
there
the way,
even, right?
ladies, this is another thing too. I can tell you this because I went there. You could absolutely go alone, but go to Mohawk, book your spa treatments, the best spa treatments, and take a day just to enjoy.
Is it the facilities that are really nice? Okay,
the facilities are great. The people are great. The food, all the food's included, so you don't have to worry about.
It's all inclusive.
Have your dirty dancing moment.
I will tell you.
Is that where it happened?
Yeah, right.
I think so. I will tell you, it is pricey, but when you go in off season, you could get a really good rate.
Okay. Work hard, play hard. That's always been my
thing.
philosophy.
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah. What else is life for, right? You got to enjoy it. Yeah. And humor. I think we spoke about it on the last
humor
one.
Is so important to bring in. And it's also just the realization that allow your dreams to take flight, because what you are seeking is seeking you. There's something, if you could dream it, that means you can have it.
What we're giving off is what we're going to attract.
Your future self already knows it wants that.
Yeah.
And so many times we minimize it. Well, maybe it's too much. Maybe I'm asking too much. Maybe no. Go go for the
Yeah.
moon, because if you land on a star,
Whatever.
are you going to be upset?
No.
You could be pretty darn happy.
And nobody's watching as much as you think they are. Just go live your life and do your thing.
And if they are, let them.
Right.
Like Mel Robbins.
Well, they're your fans at that
Listen,
point. They're just fans.
If I'm
Yeah.
your show,
Yeah.
if that's what you want to watch,
Right.
then
Cool.
cool. Like I don't think
Right?
I'm going
Like-
to be like, I'm not a Netflix worthy show, but if that's what
I
you
think I am.
I feel like we totally have like a reality
you,
show.
Donna,
Are you
but
kidding
my
me?
friends tell me all the time, write the book already, go. On that note, Jess, why don't
Yeah,
you
I'm in
tell
bed by 8, so yeah, come on.
Jess, tell our audience how they could find us and where they could eventually find the book and
Yes,
The retreat. Yeah,
The
bookmark
Q&A.
splithappensli.com.
Yeah,
you guys,
workshop.
Yeah. Seriously, we have a lot of amazing things. In case you didn't listen to last week's episode, we're going to be doing a show from Donna's pool. So stay
Yes.
tuned for that. We're going to be opening a Q&A. We potentially have some retreats in the works. And
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. Maybe a book coming out of this. So
I think so.
yeah.
I've been right. I've
What do
been
you guys
ready to
want to
write
see?
a book.
Yeah.
Like, let us know.
Yeah.
I just said that on the way here. It's so funny you said that because
Yeah.
when I'm in my car alone, we spoke about cars
Yeah,
and
yeah.
showers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm manifesting. I was
I
just
love it.
manifesting. I'm like, thank you, God, for allowing
Yeah.
me to reach millions of people
Amen.
for the
Amen.
book,
I
for
don't-
this.
are we- yeah.
So
Yeah.
we did it,
It's
girl.
all manifestation. You guys,
Yes.
thank you so much for joining us on another episode
right.
of Split Happens. Have a great weekend.
All right, bye.
Bye.